All right, guys, welcome back to the channel here. My name is Nolan Ulm, fitness professional, and helping you guys get in the best shape of your life. We got someone who has gotten incredible results, someone I've known for a long time, very special guest on today, and that's Gabe. Gabe, you want to just give everyone a little bit of rundown of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so hey guys, my name's Gabe, like Nolan said. Um, Currently I'm just living life, working lots. I've played roller hockey for about 15 years. I play with Team Canada. Last couple of years I've kind of stepped back a little bit, but trying to stay consistent. Yeah, like Nolan said, I've known him for a long time. I was actually working at a camp in Chilliwack, British Columbia called Stillwood when I met him. And yeah, like he was super young, I was super young, and we kind of just hit it off that week. I was a worker, he was a camper, and yeah, friendship started there, reconnected a couple times throughout the years, and then obviously now he's doing awesome things. He reached out, yeah, found me at a place where I needed some help to get more consistent and get results that I wanted, and yeah, 3 months later, here I am, thrilled. Um, yeah, honestly, like if I just break down the last 3 months, like Nolan really finds a way to motivate you to find your full potential and be able to unlock it in ways that are attainable and achievable. And yeah, it's fantastic.
That's awesome, man. No, I really appreciate that. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about where you were at, when you did first jump into the program and the results that you were looking to get. You want to just tell everyone a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when I started the program, like again, like I was saying, I played Team Canada roller in a transition period right now where I still would like to be a part of that, but at the same time, like I got married 2 years ago, and just work life just caught up. It's busy. I'd still like to be in that performance body form, but it was just a struggle finding time, energy, motivation. Um, so yeah, that's kind of when Nolan reached out. I was in the middle of, I guess, a year of this is what I want, but excuses of I don't have time, I don't have energy, and just kind of not finding my own rhythm. Yeah,
Right on. And so when we got into the program, like what were some of the things you learned and what were some of the things that really made a difference that maybe you hadn't done before that you were doing differently than things that you had done in the past?
I'd say the two biggest things, and the first one I think is an obvious one, but or they're both kind of obvious, but at the same time, like I think they're equally as important. Consistency in food. Um, Consistency, like it doesn't matter if you go to the gym and smash all your personal bests as long as you went and did something. Like there were days where I'd be in the gym and it's like, okay, like everything I'm doing, I'm getting a pump. Everything I'm doing, I feel great. Everything I'm doing, like I'm sweating. My arms look big, my chest feels big, my legs feel good. Like music's going, it's awesome. But then there's also days that you drag yourself out of bed, you're there and you like honestly, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, why am I doing this? And you finish the workout, I'm in the shower an hour later and it's like, okay, I did it. It's over. I I crushed my workout regardless on if it was good or bad, and I'm constantly moving forward. It wasn't a stagnant day, but every time that you're in the gym, you're one step closer to what you want. And I think that's also one thing that Nolan did a great job at motivating me with is each day, each thing that you do, each step is one more closer to your goal. And if you ultimately keep your goal in mind, the only thing between you and your goal is your own mind.
Mm.
So yeah, I'd say that's my first one, and the second one is food. The food that you eat is fuel, and the amount that you eat is also crucial. Like there's even now, like post program, there's days where I try to stay as clean as possible, and it's night and day different of how you feel in that whole day and even the day after. Like yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell me a little bit about how did it affect you as a husband and at your work?
For sure, as a husband, like I'm able to now. I'm trying to think of like there's so many ways, but I'm trying to think of one specific to give you. Like I'd probably say like number one is when your own energy and confidence is boosted, it's easy to propel that onto your partner. Um, so if I'm in a good mood, if I'm buzzing personally, there's no hesitation being able to just be the uplifting, supportive husband that I have to be.
Mm,
Um, and even on days where you struggle, that's where, I mean, that's the beauty of marriage. You got your partner to lift you up on those days, but it allows me to be twice as uplifting as I was before on the days that I'm really feeling it. And when you're fueling yourself and in the gym, there's like, I mean, that's a lot of a lot of good around you, and it's easy to yeah, just shine that on your partner. And same goes for work. Like if I had a good workout, and even if it's a bad workout, again, like that post workout feeling of okay, I did it. It's a sense of accomplishment right away in my day. I worked out in the morning, so right away in the day, you get to work and I already did something today. I already started and I crushed something. So what's going to get in the way of the day?
yeah,
Like it's yeah, nothing.
that's
So
awesome. That's great to hear.
yeah.
Talk a little bit about, the metabolic priming. We did probably some things that you've never really heard of before. And, you were eating a lot of food, probably more than you probably would have imagined. Tell everyone a little bit about what that was like and that process of us raising food to then, go into a cut to get the best results.
So yeah, when we first started doing that, I was like, man, what are we doing? I'm trying to in my head, I'm like, because it's so stereotypical to think like more food equals more weight. So I was thinking like, why on earth are we eating? Well, like, why am I eating so much food? And I'd just be like looking at my plate. I'd be done my like I think of it the one meal that I think of the most is when I would have breakfast. So I'd wake up, I'd crush a workout, and I'd have a ton. That's the other thing too, water. 4 liters of water every day. So I'd be crushing water in the workout. Go have a rinse, and then it's breakfast time. So it's like, okay, I'm already pretty full from the water in my head. And then I sit down and it's eggs, egg whites, beans, um, usually two kiwis. Right now it's grapes. So I'm just thinking grapes, yogurt, and it's all in front of you. And you're just like, okay, yeah, like I'd eat the one half of it and I'm like, okay, like I'm really full. You eat the second half. And then the craziest part is like, you would think that after eating all that, you're sitting there feeling super full. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm full for the next half an hour. But then it's like, okay, I'm ready for another meal. You eat the next meal, big, dinner, big. Um, and then suddenly a couple weeks later, we cut it. And that's where I really saw like you can see some of the result pictures where I stay like consistently little by little going down in weight, and then there's one week where it's just like boom drop. And like I noticed that like it's crazy again, like it's back to the food like and consistency. Like it's crazy how much if you really stick to something and follow it super cleanly, like your results are like bang.
Yeah. And let me get that right. You were eating more food and losing weight, right?
Yeah, it was like, and that was the craziest part is I was I started at my I think I was 169, and I was like in my head like if I'm eating all this food, the next time I weigh myself, I'm just going to be upset because it's going to say like 175. And each weigh-in day, it's like, okay, this is a consistent 2 pounds down, but I'm eating more food.
Yeah.
And then you do your calorie deficit, and of course, like your weight drops even more. But I was just like, okay, like I'm consistently losing weight, regardless on if I'm eating more food or in a deficit. So I'm like, it's great. I can't complain.
That's awesome. And I remember that one day you sent me that picture and you were like, man, I can't believe, what I'm seeing. Like, tell everyone a little bit about the shape that you got in and how did that make you feel?
Well, it's one of those things like for me personally, I've always been, I mean, and I feel like I can speak on behalf of a lot of people. Like I'm my own number one critic. Um, a lot of the times I go look at myself and I'm like, yeah, like that's not good enough. And then my wife, of course, she's awesome. She'll be like, "What are you talking about? Like, you look great." And then little by little, I was like, "Okay, you know what? Like, I do the classic, like out of the shower, pop a flex in the mirror, like, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah." And then this one day, it was, I forget the day. Anyways, it was, I did an upper body workout, and it was, I think it was middle of or late August, so super hot. So I did it in the morning, sweating buckets in the, I have a home gym, so sweating buckets in the gym. And then I just, music was hitting, everything, the sun was shining through the garage. Like I opened the garage, and I flexed in the mirror. I was like, holy cow, like I feel good. Went upstairs and I was like, looked at my wife. I was like, what do you think of this? And I just flexed, and she's like, holy crap. And it's just like, man, like this is like, I did this. Like, well, me and Nolan did this, but I did
Did
this.
it.
Like I can do this. It's one of those things where like you always look at pictures of like, this is what I want my body to look like. This is what I could dream of doing, and it's like I'm there. Like I achieved what I wanted to do. Like, and that's such a, like it's such a good feeling, and it's like it's almost one of those feelings where it's like you achieve what you want, and then you're like, but what's the next step? And then you can just like, again, the program gave me all the tools, so it's in
Yeah.
my hands.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Talk a little bit about some of the hesitations that you had, before joining the program. We got on a call, what was it? It was almost probably a year ago,
Yeah,
October, something like that. And then we ended up rolling, whatever it was, the next spring.
yeah.
But yeah, t tell everyone a little bit about those hesitations that you had.
So beforehand, I've done a different program in the past with kind of similar thing, similar idea. And my hesitation was that without the right motivation, like I can't get myself going. Um, and I think it was just different season of my own personal life of not fully knowing what I wanted, not fully being able to trust my own motivation, my own go factor. And yeah, it's just anytime, I mean, anytime that you're investing money into anything, you would think you got to think about it. And when you're relying on the investment being on yourself, at least for me, coming out of a situation where I've done it in the past and it wasn't successful, I was a little nervous. But being able to talk with you, Nolan, and just realizing that you're there for me instead of you being there just for the program is really what made the difference. Like you're looking out for me, not as a client, but, and I mean, it helps that we have a friendship, but you're looking out for me as a person based off of what I want and need. So, how we started with questions about my own lifestyle. What are the things that I like to do? What are ways that the program can be tailored to fit my life specifically without having to go completely drastic? And I think that was the biggest thing that calmed all my hesitations is we're attacking this from a place where I'm comfortable,
Mm.
not from a place that we both have. It's not a middle ground. It's on my terms. What are you it's what you said. What are you comfortable with? What do you want as your goals? What lights the fire under you? And being able to attack it all from a place where I'm confident, comfortable, and just ready to go, I think calms everything. Um, and it really allowed me to not only trust you but trust myself, and I think that's, yeah, that's the most important thing.
That's awesome. What would you say to someone who's on the fence or thinking about joining, or maybe they're in the shadows or struggling with where they're at? What would you say to that person?
First thing is you're not alone, and I bet you there's a ton of people who know exactly how, like I know how you feel. I know there's a lot of people who know exactly how you feel. um it's kind of like, I compared it to, like, again, BC reference, but Cultus Lake.
Yeah.
If you dip your toe in Cultus Lake in the spring, it's like, okay, it's kind of cold. Once you jump in and then you get out and you let out that big like cheer, like, whoo, I just went into the cold water. Like it feels great. So I'd say like dipping your toe, like getting interested, that's step one. Awesome. Like I applaud you for doing that. take 3 steps back and just jump, just run, jump and trust yourself that the second you get out of that cold water, which is the initial scare, the initial transition, the initial change, like you're going to let out a big cheer and it's going to feel awesome.
Hmm. I love it. Well, that's awesome, dude. You crushed the 12 weeks, man. I'm super happy that we got to do this and super proud of you and all your hard work and I'm excited to see where you continue to go with all this stuff. If you are in a place where you're struggling and you're looking to get in the best shape of your life and have your wife looking at you saying, "Wow," just reach out to me. You can DM me on Instagram, and then just like and subscribe. You'll see awesome more interviews with incredible people like Gabe and more tips and tricks I'll give you guys to get you in the best shape of your life. With that being said, make it happen out.